Hi there. In this lesson on electric circuits, I'm going to explain the difference between a series circuit and parallel circuits. Now, a series circuit is a circuit in which the current has only one path to flow. So, remember that circuit we drew for the torch? Let's redraw that circuit. I might just switch the positive and the negative for the cell, and I'm going to use one cell only. So here we have our source of electric energy, which we call a battery or a cell. That is connected to a light bulb and a switch. And let's close the switch. And the wires take it back to the battery. Now, we can imagine the conductors to be like water pipes, and we can imagine the current, the electric current, to be like water flowing in the water pipes. So here we go. If now the battery is the source of energy for the charge, for the current to flow. So if we go from the positive terminal of the battery and we follow the wire, the conductors, we follow them. There is only one path for the current to move. So here it comes to the light bulb, it moves through the light bulb and it goes back to the battery. And remember, we said that the long line represents the positive of the battery and the short line, the negative. So the red line that I drew over the circuit diagram represents the flow of electric current, and there is no other path for the current to flow. It must stick to the wires, the switch, and the light bulb. I'm going to draw another example, but we're going to add another light bulb. So here we go. We can have two cells in our battery. We have our connecting wires. Come on. There's a switch. And I'm going to draw another light bulb here after the switch, and then carry on around the corner, and there is another light bulb there, and we draw the connecting wires back to the battery. So let's follow the path again from the battery. I'm going to use the highlighter now. So from the battery, the current flows. It must stick to these wires because they're the conductors. There it goes through the switch, goes through the first lamp, it goes around the corner, goes through the second lamp, and it flows back to the battery. In both these cases, there is one path for the current to flow. So, because there's one path for a current to flow, we say that it's a series circuit. Right, so next slide I'm going to discuss a parallel circuit. So Keep in mind a series circuit, only one path for the current to flow. Now, for a parallel circuit, you have more than one path for current to flow. Let's see what that would look like in a circuit diagram. Let's go for purple. Right, so I'm starting with one cell or battery, and we have a connecting wire, goes around the corner. You don't have to go around the corner before you do the switch. And we have a light bulb here that goes back to the battery. Okay. It looks very much like the first one on the previous slide because it is like that. But now the difference I'm going to do is here at this point, I'm going to connect another wire and add a light bulb here and bring another wire close and connect it there again. What is the difference? Look, the current will come in the connecting wires from the battery. It will flow through the connecting wires. Here it goes through the switch, but when it gets to this point here, when it gets to that point, the current can flow through this lamp and through this lamp. You see, there are now two paths that the current can flow. So it's more than one path. And here, the current gets back together again so that it can flow to the battery. So this is called a parallel circuit, because there is more than one path for the current to flow. Let's do another one. So we have the two cells, maybe. We have them connected to a closed switch, otherwise the current can't flow. We have this lamp that is connected to the battery, and we have a second lamp that is connected parallel to the first lamp. Let's add another lamp, or light bulb if you want to call it that way. So what's happening here? The current will come from the battery. It flows along the wires, and when it gets to this point, it can choose, and it will choose. Some of the current will flow through that lamp, and some other current will flow through the wire. And then when it gets to the next point here, it can choose again. So some of the current can flow through the second lamp, and the rest of the current will flow through the third lamp. Now, if you follow the path for each current, when they get to this point here, it joins up with this current coming from the second lamp, and the two are together now, so they flow. When they get to this point here, they join up with the current coming from the first lamp. So there we go. This is called a parallel circuit because it's got more than one path to flow.